Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. We'll continue with our daily market analysis with domestic and global sentiments as well. Okay, so let's start with the normal data that we usually collect. The FII activity for today, FIIs and DIIs both were net buyers, as you can see here. They both are net buyers, and FIIs are short in index futures by around 1300 crores. So that's the data. And with the FII, I think yesterday I mentioned they were long by about 79-80% or something like that. As of today, they are long by around 73%. So they are still offloading some of the stocks and futures or derivative holdings basically they are having. And usually what happens, just to give you a reference, it's not like like a very accurate level as such. It's just about a fair idea about what the FIs are doing basically. If their holdings or if their long positions drops to around 55-60%, then we can expect some sudden rush of momentum in the market. And once it reaches about 85 percentage levels in long positions, then normally the market drops back a bit. That's what we are seeing here. They were long by about 80-85% in the last 4-5 days back, I guess. Now they are back to 73%, so we might see further down as well. So we'll discuss it. So basically that's just a rough idea about why we use FII and DII data. Okay, now economic calendar. Tomorrow we are not expecting any major news as such. This is for Wednesday. We are not expecting, and we are seeing GBP, so it will affect FTSE though. They have the GDP numbers coming out tomorrow. Okay, the forecast is minus 6.1, so let's see what their numbers would be. And apart from that, India, it's about balance of payments, and that's it. Foreign debts, infrastructure output, nothing really major. And in terms of US data, pending home sales, which is going to have some sort of impact on the US market and overall. Okay, and also results. We got some results which are not that much. We have Vodafone Idea results, SpiceJet, and apart from that some other stocks. Okay, so that's about the general information about the market basically, and how the FIIs are doing and what their strategy is basically and what their positions are, and also some of the major events coming up. So as we see here, no major events coming up for tomorrow. And now let's go into Nifty charts here. You might be having some sort of confusions as how to trade based on the analysis that I provide. See, what I do is I'll give you the overall bias of the market, whether I'm bullish or bearish, and then I also provide some of the important zones. So when price reaches those zones, all you have to do is look for some of the price action, to understand what the price is doing and whether you can go long or short. That's it basically. These zones are very important, and you can see that yesterday also I provided some of the zones, I guess, and the market just moved around. I think one was here and the other one was somewhere here. See, it's just these zones are quite important zones because they're all like key levels in the market, so it's just hovering around those levels here. So that's how you normally use. Say if I give a level here, here and here, if price goes up to that point, you look for probable sell opportunities, which will give you good risk to reward ratio. If it comes down to these levels, look for probable buy opportunities. And it's always better to go in the direction of the overall bias in the market. Say if you're bullish on the daily charts, and then you look for buying opportunities basically whenever the price comes to support levels, those kind of things. So these are just the strategies. So basically you can even sell, because it's purely intraday. We just look for good risk to reward ratio. Whether buying or selling doesn't really matter. So as long as we have good risk to reward ratio, we are okay to take those chances. That's it, guys. Okay, so Nifty daily chart, we are seeing some sort of bearishness in the market. Some bears are coming in, and as it's very clear from the FII data that they are kind of liquidating some of their holdings, some of the long positions in derivatives. Okay, so that's why we are seeing some sort of negativity in the market here. But even now I would still say the same thing that I have been saying for the past 3 days, that the market is in a bullish mode. So these kind of corrections do happen. It's just normal correction mode, and unless the market breaches these levels, I don't think we should be really have a bearish view on the market. So these are all like crucial levels, so it is trading well above that, so we are good to go basically. Okay, we don't really have to worry too much about that, and we can start building our swing opportunities somewhere here as well. Okay, so that's the overall view. Why I'm saying that is, by the time if price really comes down to these levels, obviously the FIFs have to sell their holdings, so which will bring their current 73% long positions to somewhat around maybe 60 or 65 percentage levels. Okay, so that's good. As I said, those are the good ranges, and you can see some quick momentum in the market when FI holdings come down to those levels. So that's just one aspect of trading, that's all. Okay, so daily we are still have a bullish bias. Of course, this is just a normal correction, and let's go into 30 minutes and find out some of the key zones. Okay, some of the key zones I would say are obviously this one here. Sorry, so we normally go to 30 minutes, and then this is a very good level. If price comes down to this level, we can look for some buying opportunities. In terms of selling, I don't prefer this level here. In fact, I would prefer this level for selling. Okay, so we have a very good room here to trade. So if I had marked this level, then I don't think, I mean, it's kind of sometimes worthless, because we won't, it's just a zone and we won't be able to make money out of it, because the risk reward won't be that good, because you'll be finding some, if it goes up there, obviously there'll be some, what I mean is, in case market gaps up here and somewhere, and if it goes there, and if you look for selling opportunities, obviously these zones will act as support then, so we don't have a very good risk to reward ratio. That's the reason I don't mark too many zones on the charts here. So some of the key zones are obviously this one. I would look for buying opportunities if price comes down to this level, and I would be looking for some sell opportunities if price goes up to this level in Nifty. Okay, so as I said, I repeat on this time as well. So if price hits these levels, it's not like I'm going to sell immediately. I look for price action and then sell if there is a good opportunity with good risk reward ratio, and same goes with the buying as well. Okay, these are the important zones for me for tomorrow. And then let's move on to Bank Nifty here. Okay, let's go to daily chart, and we are seeing a nice bear bar here. I mean, these are all good times to accumulate if you are bullish on the market. So I think it's kind of, I mean, it's tempting to see that this forming like some sort of double top and then falling. So is it like a lower high, and then is it going to crash? See, what I would say is, unless these levels are broken, okay, we should be thinking of bullish. Okay, we should see that market is bullish in nature, and once these levels are broken and starts trading below that, then we can say that the bear trend has begun. Until then, stay bullish. Okay, let's go to 30-minute charts here and mark our important zones, and our important zone would be this one here. If price comes down to this, let's check what percentage the market has to move to come to that level. It's just about a percentage, so it's not a big deal. Okay, so you can expect that to happen, and this is the top level, and I don't really like to trade in between here. I mean, if it gaps down, then this zone becomes important for me. Okay, only if it gaps down, this level is kind of important for me. Okay, so we can mark 3 levels if you want to. So the 3 scenarios: if it gaps down, then I'll be looking for buying opportunities around this level. If it gaps up, let's say, then I'll be looking for buying opportunities around here, targeting this area, and once it reaches that area, then I'll be looking for some possible sell opportunities. So simple, isn't it? So you have to keep your trading plan very simple. Only then you can make money consistently in this market. I repeat once again, if price gaps down and comes to these levels, I'll be looking for buying opportunities. If it gaps up, and I look for this as a support area, and then look for buying opportunities. If it goes up to this level, I'd be looking for selling opportunities. It's a very simple one. If it opens flat, then I'd be looking which way it's trying to go, and then if it starts doing a price action, something like this, then I'd be looking to sell, aiming for this area here. If it starts going up and then, you know, crosses this level, maybe, unless it crosses this level, I won't be going long basically, and then look for buying opportunities. I hope this is very clear. So let's move on to some of the stocks that I have shortlisted for you that you can trade intraday. As I said, it's purely for intraday, and why I'm stressing that is because we don't really mind buying or selling during the intraday thing, as it's about trading that current day's trend. Okay, the first one I have shortlisted is Tech Mahindra. Let's go to Tech Mahindra here, and if you see on daily chart, okay, this is a good selling opportunity, I would say. I mean, this is looking really bullish overall, but as I said, it's purely for intraday, so we can easily sell and buy no matter what the overall trend is basically in that particular stock. So this looks like a very strong bearish bar here, and if you go to 30 minutes, obviously, I mean, if it goes up to somewhere around these levels here, then I'd be interested in selling. Why? Because it just broke this structure here, and then that would act as resistance. So if price goes up here, look for selling opportunities and target somewhere down here. Okay, that's one stock you could look for selling opportunity. Now IndusInd Bank, I know I have mentioned this stock yesterday as well, and today also it's looking good. Why? It is simply because it's about, you know, where was I? Here. Okay, so we can see some sort of triangle pattern here. Yeah, something like this maybe. Let me just zoom in for you. You see it's now more clear. So if it breaks out of this triangle here to the upside, then I'll be looking for buying opportunities. If it goes up and then sustains, and then if price trades above that comfortably, then I'll be looking for buying opportunities in IndusInd Bank. Shree Cements, I mean, this is quite an interesting stock, I would say, because it's trading around the bottom of the triangle range here. So that's why I'm looking for buying opportunities in Shree Cements. Once it loads up, let me just see. Okay, you see here, this is also a nice triangle pattern being developed. See here, so it's currently around the bottom of this, around the bottom of this triangle that we have identified. Let me just adjust the triangle properly. See here, so in case if it comes down a little bit or starts moving from there itself, then I'll be looking for buying opportunities in Shree Cements. And the last stock I'll be interested in is Tata Motors. I mean, you might be wondering why I talk so much about the triangles. If you don't know much about the triangles, do check my video that I have made regarding trading the triangles. It's a really good trading pattern, I would say, because it gives the risk will be low and rewards will be huge, and with a very quick movement as well. These are all like momentum patterns. Okay, so you can get some real quick movements from these levels. Now, okay, so if we go to 1 hour in Tata Motors, we can clearly see another triangle pattern here that's being developed on 1 hour. Right, see here, so, and again it's getting rejected from this bottom here. Okay, so if it trades above this and then price continues to trade above this, and I'll be looking for buying opportunities in Tata Motors for intraday. So all these 4 stocks that I have mentioned is purely for intraday. And so that's it, guys. I hope you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't done that yet, and also share with your friends, and also join my free Telegram channel if you're interested in portfolio building series and all those kinds of stuff. And give me a thumbs up if you like this video. See you tomorrow, guys. Take care.